What's up guys, it's Max from AutoTopNL. Welcome to this new POV review with the all new 2018 BMW X3. It's the all new X3 and it's not just any, it's the M40i. So the first time that we have an M performance version of the X3. Of course we already drove the X4 M40i a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago I think. And well, the X3 has been renewed. It's the third generation, and as I said, we now get a delicious M performance version. So let's take a lap around the car and I'll show you some new improvements, and then we'll take it for a drive around this beautiful road to see what it's like. So let's start at the front because we get a lot of aggressive bumper stuff. With, of course, these grey, titanium grey details from the M Performance line. So in the grille, in the bumper, the mirrors, the logos, stuff like that. The kidneys, BMW kidney grille, is a lot bigger than before. As you can see, it's really aggressive, in your face. We have a gorgeous color, Python blue, with M Performance wheels. The M Performance version also gets upgraded brakes. You can recognize by these blue calipers. As I said, grey mirrors. The M Performance version actually gets wider fenders, so you don't get that when you just select an M Sport pack. We have new rear lights, which I really like. A cool exhaust, M Performance badges. I think this looks really cool. I think it's a very nice looking SUV, and you know, that color really pops. So yeah, nothing to complain. So if we take a look inside and check out the spec, we see that we have this gorgeous cognac leather with really comfortable seats, of course adjustable in a million different ways. We get a new steering wheel, new dash, 10.2-inch touchscreen iDrive system. Of course the new key, the display key, we've already seen in a couple of cars, 7 Series, 5 Series. And wireless charging down here. And well, this is really the only problem I have with this car, to be honest, because this badge, I hope you can see it from here, this M badge is just, it just looks ridiculous. I think it's way over the top, and I think in a regular X3 you just get X3 here, like you get an X right there and you get an X right there, but I don't want that cheap looking M thing. I think that's just one too much. But anyway, let's start it up. As I said, new iDrive system, which we have seen before in the 7 Series, 5 Series, 3 Series. They all get the new system, and this is a touchscreen. So this looks really good. I think the interior altogether looks really, really good. And you know, there's a lot of recognizable stuff in here from the 5 Series. This is actually on the same platform, so the OKL platform, which houses the 5, 6 and 7 Series, and now the X3 as well, obviously. So we get a couple of new dials. We've seen those before as well, and well, I think that's about it. Well, all those electronic aids you get in a 5 Series, so the autopilot and lane change and stuff like that, and the gesture control, which I'm still not the biggest fan of. But anyway, let's go for a drive. Let's actually close this. And well, I'm going to stop right here immediately because I forgot to show you the engine. I always like to show that. So let's open that up. And there we have the B58 3-liter inline 6 with a twin scroll turbo and performance badge on top. And well, this is new actually, so, or not new, but in this car, because we drove the X4, as I said, the X4 M40i, which had the a revised version of the N55 engine, so the M2 engine, which is called N55B30T0. So that one sounded really good. Actually, we were very surprised, and it had 360 horsepower and 465 Newton meters. Why does this always happen? I really don't like that. All right. So this has the B58, as I said, which I love. So this is basically the M240i setup, but with 20 more horsepower. And you know, it's here, you can hear it. That engine is, I think it sounds really good, and this is still in comfort mode. So when I switch to sport, put this in sport as well, the sound gets louder through the speakers, but the exhaust also gets louder. You get some pops and bangs. And I think that this is just a great setup. Another thing that I don't like, besides that stupid badge, is the steering feel, because this has the variable power steering, so sort of progressive. The quicker you drive, the faster you drive, the heavier it gets. And we know, or you also know, that I really don't like that. When I drive an M3, I always set the steering to its most comfortable setting. And in this, I can also do that. So if I click on sport, I can configure individual mode and put the steering in comfort. So that way it gets a bit lighter, because in sport it's just ridiculous. No one wants this. Okay, no one likes their steering this heavy. It's just, I really don't understand why they do that. So put it in comfort and keep that in sport individual. So everything is in its most sporty setting, except for the steering. So handling wise, you know, this car weighs about 1800 kilos. It's not light, but BMW always managed to make these cars feel like a much lighter, smaller car. We've seen it with the X5 and X6M, which just drive ridiculously well. This is really nice as well. It just feels very poised and balanced, and it never really gives you the impression that you are trying to do something that's not possible. So of course they have changed a lot compared to a regular X3, so different transfer box, a lighter differential, more rear biased X-drive system, so it feels less understeered. And I mean, you can induce understeer if you want, but that's mainly if you go into a corner quite quickly and then release the throttle, and the load comes off the front wheels, and then you start to feel a little bit of understeer. But other than that, if you just keep your foot down, that X-drive will just guide you through any corner at ridiculous speeds. And this is also the quickest car from 0 to 100 compared to its competitors. So it will do 4.8 seconds to 100. So let's put it in sport. Yes, traction control all the way off. And there we go. And that's 100. So quite quick. It's quicker than a Porsche Macan S, quicker than a GLC 43, AMG by Mercedes. It's quicker than, what else do we have? Audi SQ5. And we actually compared the X4 M40i with the older engine, with the N55 engine, and the Mercedes AMG GLC 43. And the X4 was actually quite a bit quicker, despite having, you know, an older engine. And now Mercedes AMG is coming with that GLC 63, which I think will just be ridiculous. 510 horsepower with that C63 engine. But you can really count on the fact that BMW will come with an X3M and an X4M. I think those would be really cool cars, really impressive. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to those actually, because I really love this car. I love this spec. I love this. I love the way it looks. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind owning one of these. Okay, so let me try to open this and see if I can get some sound in here. I don't know if you can hear it properly, but it does bang and crackle, and yeah, it's just a cool sound. Okay, so that will be this part of the POV review. Let's take it to the Autobahn and see what it's like over there. Okay, so now for the Autobahn part of this review. There it is, our favorite Autobahn. It's beautiful weather for a change, so we don't have to wait until it dries out. Let's put it in drive, sport, this in sport plus, obviously. Traction control all the way off to enable launch control, and ready to go. So, launch control. There we go. So that should be 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.8 seconds, which is a little bit quicker than the X4 M40i we drove. And with that 360 horsepower, 500 Newton meters, that is really nice, especially with this engine. That B58 inline 6 is just, it's so good. It's so impressive. 3 liters, one single twin scroll turbo, and it just works in every car they put it in. So immediately you notice that this car is so comfortable. I actually have it in sport suspension right now, or in sport plus mode, so the suspension is in sport as well, but it just absorbs everything so well. This is really nice. So we're at 250 about. No, that's how easy it goes in this X3 M40i. And that sound, I really like that sound. The B58 has a very distinct sound. It's very, oh, and you get some nice pops as well. Very nice. Not every time, apparently. So our regular turnaround. Oh man, this thing is, it just feels so powerful. Handling wise on these on-ramps, well, is it super sporty? No. I mean, you feel the weight, you feel the height, you feel that it's a little SUV, but it's impressive nonetheless. Because the X3 has grown about 2 inches in length and also about 2.2 inches when it comes to wheelbase, you feel that it's super stable. It's quicker than this guy as well, but he was at 242, so not bad. Braking. But I think this is really maybe this is the sweet spot of the BMW M and M Performance lineup right now, because this is such a cool car. I think it looks great with that blue color, with this cognac interior. It's super practical, it's fast, it's fun, it sounds good. It has probably the best engine BMW has right now in the front. It has xDrive, which, as I said, is a bit more rear biased than a standard X3. So you get a lot of good stuff from all the cars, and I think that's just great. And the price isn't bad either. So that's top speed, 257, 258, 259, 260. That's the limiter, so 250 GPS. Again, it could have gone quicker, but let's be realistic, it's a mid-size SUV, so 250 is fine. So we are getting off right here, and that will be the end of this POV review as well. You can subscribe by clicking on the little icon in the bottom right corner, and you can follow us on social media. Just search for AutoTopNL and you will find us for updates on our filming activities and cool pics, stuff like that. Thanks guys, see you at the next one, bye.